Mothers are their sons' first love. We should all be relentless and ever vigilant in protecting the people we love from anyone who would do them harm. This includes protecting them from themselves. To Queen Kimberly's son, Jamal, he disrespected your mama, yo. Let's get it. Of all the reactions to surprises on the tell-all, Jamal's reaction to how his mom was being treated seems to be the greatest betrayal of all. My first impression of Kim and Usman's relationship, it's too easy for Usman to walk away. As an aside, does anybody think Kim wasn't sending him money? I'm just saying. Usman threatened to leave Kim or invited her to leave so many times, I lost count. The cause of this is a combination of two things. One, he's confident that she won't go, so he takes her for granted. And two, he doesn't care if she leaves. This is indicative of how little he values this relationship. He can easily find every excuse to leave, but struggles to find one reason to stay. Kim should find her dignity and help him find the door. In any relationship, the threat of severing that relationship is the nuclear option. It is the most powerful tool in your toolbox. Note, this only works if your presence is important to the other person. Otherwise, hey, I'm leaving. Bye. Why did he go? Why did he go? That was a dud. In reality, your presence is the only thing you truly have power over. Because the threat of breaking up is the nuclear option, it should only be used as a last resort, and only if you really mean it, and more importantly, plan on following through with it. Keep in mind, using it will damage your relationship. The first time it's said, it's shocking. 100th time, it doesn't mean anything. People are resilient. We have the ability to normalize any situation. On top of that, people can become spiteful. When you threaten to leave, at first they are hurt. Then they get mad because nobody likes being hurt. When presented with a problem, your mind immediately takes steps to solve that problem. This is part of our survival instinct. It's primal. This thing hurt me. I don't like being hurt. How can I not get hurt again? Kim originally introduced Jamal into a relationship with Usman as a threat. When Usman rejected Kim's persistent sexual advances, she threatened him with her son Jamal. My son's gonna cuss him out, and I don't want that to happen. Jamal is really protective of me. You have to get his approval. He is my baby. Let's be honest, people. This was cringy as hell. I have to make your cakes clap for your kid to like me? Yuck! Who says that? Apparently Kim says that. Yo, back to the show. During the tell-all, a phone call with Zara was revealed. Things I noticed. He was wearing the chain Kim bought. How you gonna stunt on your soon-to-be side chick with a chain that Kim bought you? Now, if you remember the episode, he was checking himself out in the mirror. He was smiling, just loving life. Conversely, when it came time to sleep with Kim, he looked like he was about to put in 8 hours in the salt mines after walking 2 miles through a field of razor blades. What's worse, if I'm going to be honest, it didn't seem like he took a shower before he slept with Kim. He just went into the bathroom, put on a robe, and got in bed with a hot ass. And that in itself is just crazy disrespectful. Especially on the first time. It'd be disrespectful on the 100,000th time. But on the first time? Oh, wow. So what happened on the call? Usman confesses that Kim would not be happy with this phone call if she knew about it. Keep in mind, Kim was still in the air on her 20-hour flight. Usman later told Zara and the producers that she was on his mind. In fact, he said she was the first woman he thinks about all the time. Then he asked if they would get back together and if he could get that real love from her. Now here's the hitch. Because he told Zara he was there to shoot a video for the song he wrote and named after her. Then he serenaded her with that song. On the other side, Kim got some generic rando song after they got in an argument. It felt like some track he picked from one of his mixtapes. Between the two, you can see the difference is how he actually acts when he wants somebody. Take note, Kim, he got you looking like a fool, yo. Now, before the cast sat down and did the tell-all, Kim did the whole WWE pre-match interview thing. Kim held herself out as a strong woman who has no problem speaking her mind. Apparently, this superpower only works on other people's relationships, because when presented with the Zara video, All she did was walk off crying, only to come back and say she would talk about it with Usman by themselves later. We're going to have to stop you right there, player. Because if you embarrass me on TV, then you're going to have to apologize to me on TV. You're not going to embarrass me in public and then you go back and apologize to me in private. No. We don't do that. See, what was crazy to me is she had a stronger reaction to Usman when he refused to crush her cookies than she did when she found out Usman was trying to crush somebody else's cookies. Now, here's where I take issue with her son Jamal. He should have been angry from the start. I will give him the possibility that Kim had been telling him all the positive things about Usman. But when you watch the show, and as a concerned son, I would have watched the show, it was clear that Usman wasn't into his mom. Worse yet, because she's acting like a lovesick schoolgirl, it's going to devastate her when she gets the memo. Now, Jamal seemed to take more issue with the fact that his mom bought Usman a MacBook and a PS5 than he did seeing his mother's reaction to watching Usman remain Zara. Previously, according to Kim, Usman would get cussed out for not blowing Kim's back out on vacation, but apparently he has nothing to say about cheating. Again, yuck. Jamal did say, "Aw, that's messed up." What? By the sheer nature of cons and lies, they only work if the victim is willing to believe them. Usman's defense were as follows: "I would never cheat. I can sleep with a lot of women if I want to. I don't want Zara. I could have had her if I wanted. I didn't have sex. Just a phone call." When Sean asked, "Why did you call Zara?" he blew right past that. Usman finally said he's not worried about what anybody else feels, just Kimberly. But Kimberly is crying. Jamal, her son, should have picked up on the bull and been vocal about it. Demand that Usman be honest. Jamal said there are two kinds of love present. His mom is in love with Usman. Usman loves the idea of his mom. See, that's not it. Your mom is in love with Usman, and he doesn't give a damn about your mom. Respect your mother enough to tell her the truth that her boyfriend won't. Demand Usman take your mother into consideration. Kim wasn't even close to being home when he called Zara. While defending himself, he bragged about all the women he could be getting, including Zara. What woman wants to hear that from their man? Here's a better start. "I'm sorry. I was wrong for disrespecting you." Oops, that's too much personal responsibility for this crowd. Here's a question. So according to you, Usman, you're saying you aren't in a relationship with Zara by your choice? Here's my guess. Zara found out about Usman being in Zanzibar for 2 weeks with Kim and decided not to continue the relationship. Because as you recall, the reason she broke up with him in the first place was because of trust issues. Now, all that being said, Jamal should have called him out for cheating because that's what he did. Usman claimed he didn't cheat because he didn't have sex with Zara. Now, I will grant you, cheating is defined differently from person to person, relationship to relationship. Ultimately, boundaries are set by the participants in the relationship. This was cheating. How do I know? Kim was mad when she found out. If there was an agreement in place, Usman would have referred back to that agreement instead of relying on the "I didn't have sex" defense. Usman admitted Kim would not be happy with him calling. If you know she won't be happy and you keep it a secret, then it's cheating. For Jamal to sit there and let this man make these pitiful excuses was disrespectful to his mother. Understand, lying on its face is disrespectful, but throwing out half-baked lies is way more disrespectful. Usman talked to Zara about getting back together, and with a straight face, he tells Kim, "I don't want her. She doesn't mean anything to me." That last sentence usually comes up when a person gets caught cheating. Allow me to retort. Here's my question. What kind of fool are you to throw away everything for something that doesn't mean anything? To me, the most disrespectful thing he did was when he was telling Kim, "Don't cry." Jamal, your mom was crying because she felt hurt and betrayed. Your only response? That's messed up. Understatement of the year, bro. As a general rule, don't let anyone dismiss your feelings or tell you how to feel. They are invalidating your experience by dismissing your perspective. To that person, Your emotional experience is inaccurate, insignificant, and/or unacceptable. If this happens, pop them the one finger salute and be on your way because they don't value you. Now, if this were my mom, I wouldn't have to say anything because she could handle her own business. But if she was like Kim, I would tell her that her opinions and her feelings are important, and they should be important to the man she decides to spend her life with. In Kim's words, she looks like a fool, yo. And Jamal, you let it happen. Not only did Jamal allow Usman to disrespect his mom, but he did as well because he wasn't relentless and ever vigilant in protecting her. See, here are rules to live by. Don't swim with the sharks, don't tickle a tiger, and don't disrespect my mother. I'm James, that's my take, and I'm out.